Karen demanded a spa refund with attitude, but had no appointment and got banned instead. What would you do if you walked into a place you'd never been, demanded something you were never owed, and left with nothing but your own regret? This is the story of Karen Mitchell, a woman whose fiery temper and unshakable confidence led her down a path of chaos, confrontation, and a bitter lesson in humility. It was a crisp autumn afternoon in the small town of Willow Creek, where Serenity Spa stood as a haven of calm amidst the hustle of daily life. The spa, with its soft lavender walls and the gentle hum of ambient music, was a sanctuary for those seeking solace from the world's noise. For the staff, it was a place of pride, a small business built on care and connection. But on this particular day, serenity was about to be shattered. Karen Mitchell, a woman in her late 40s with sharp features and a sharper tongue, stormed through the glass doors of Serenity Spa. Her heels clicked against the polished wood floor, each step echoing like a warning shot. Her auburn hair was pulled into a tight bun, and her designer sunglasses perched on her nose, despite the overcast sky outside. She carried an air of entitlement that seemed to radiate, filling the room with tension before she even spoke. "I need to speak to the manager. Now." Karen's voice sliced through the tranquil air, startling Mia, the young receptionist who was arranging fresh orchids at the front desk. Mia, barely 22, had only been working at the spa for a month, but she'd already heard stories of difficult customers. None, however, had prepared her for this. "I'm so sorry, ma'am," Mia said, her voice trembling slightly. "Our manager, Elise, is with a client right now. Can I help you with something?" Karen's lips curled into a sneer. "Help me? Oh, honey, you're not qualified to help me. I want a full refund for my appointment, and I want it now. This place is a disgrace." Mia blinked, confused. "I'm sorry. Could you tell me your name and appointment time? I can look it up for you." "My name is Karen Mitchell, and I don't have time for your incompetence," Karen snapped, slamming her purse onto the counter. "I was supposed to have a massage and facial this morning, but your staff was so rude I walked out. I'm not paying for that kind of treatment." Mia's fingers flew over the keyboard, searching the system for Karen's name. Her brow furrowed. "I'm sorry, Ms. Mitchell, but I don't see any appointments under your name for today. Could it be under a different name or date?" Karen's face flushed crimson. "Are you calling me a liar? I was here. I know what I booked. You people are trying to scam me." Her voice grew louder, drawing the attention of other clients in the waiting area. A woman sipping chamomile tea glanced up nervously, while a man in a plush robe shifted uncomfortably in his seat. At that moment, Elise, the spa's manager, emerged from the back. She was a calm, poised woman in her 30s, with a warm smile that usually disarmed even the most frustrated clients. But as she approached, her eyes caught the storm brewing in Karen's expression, and she braced herself. "Good afternoon," Elise said smoothly. "I'm Elise, the manager. How can I assist you?" Karen didn't miss a beat. "Your staff is incompetent. Your system is a mess. And I want my money back for the appointment I didn't get to have because of your terrible service." Elise maintained her composure, though her jaw tightened slightly. "I understand you're upset, Ms. Mitchell. Let's sort this out. Can you tell me more about your appointment? What time was it scheduled for?" Karen crossed her arms, her voice dripping with condescension. "It was at 10 a.m., a massage and facial. I showed up and your staff ignored me. I left because I'm not going to be treated like garbage." Elise glanced at Mia, who shook her head subtly, confirming there was no record of Karen's appointment. "Ms. Mitchell," Elise said carefully, "we don't have any record of an appointment under your name. Could you show me a confirmation email or text, perhaps?" Karen's eyes narrowed. "I don't need to prove anything to you. I know what I booked. You're just trying to cover up your mistakes. I'm not leaving until I get my refund." The tension in the room was palpable now. Other clients whispered among themselves, and Mia's hands trembled as she pretended to focus on the computer. Elise, however, remained calm. "Ms. Mitchell, I'd be happy to help, but without proof of an appointment, I can't issue a refund. If you'd like, We can check our security footage to confirm whether you were here this morning. Karen froze for a split second, her confidence faltering. But she quickly recovered, her voice rising to a near shout. You're accusing me of lying? This is outrageous. I'm going to report you to the Better Business Bureau. I'll have this place shut down. At that moment, a new voice cut through the chaos. Excuse me, but I think I can clear this up. The speaker was a woman in her 60s, dressed in a simple sweater and jeans, who had been sitting quietly in the corner of the waiting area. Her name was Clara, a regular client at Serenity Spa known for her sharp memory and kind demeanor. She stood slowly, clutching a cup of tea, and all eyes turned to her. I was here at 10 a.m. this morning, Clara said, her voice steady but firm. I had a massage with Sarah, and I was in the waiting area for about 20 minutes before that. I didn't see anyone matching your description, ma'am, and I certainly didn't see anyone leave in a huff. Karen's face paled, but she doubled down. You're mistaken. I was here. You're all conspiring against me. Clara raised an eyebrow, undeterred. I've been coming to this spa for years, and I've never seen the staff be anything but kind. If you were here, I would have noticed. I notice everything. The room fell silent. Karen's bravado began to crumble, her hands fidgeting with the strap of her purse. Elise seized the moment. Ms. Mitchell, I'm going to ask you to lower your voice and leave the premises. If you don't, I'll have to call security. Karen's eyes widened. You can't do this. I'm a customer. You're not a customer, Elise said, her voice now edged with steel. You have no appointment, no record, and you've disrupted our business. You're banned from Serenity Spa, effective immediately. Karen's mouth opened, then closed. For the first time, she seemed at a loss for words. The weight of her actions, her lies, her temper, her refusal to back down crashed down around her. She grabbed her purse and stormed out, muttering under her breath about lawsuits and revenge. The glass doors swung shut behind her, leaving the spa in a heavy silence. But the story doesn't end there. Later that evening, as Elise reviewed the day's footage to ensure no mistakes had been made, she discovered something unexpected. The security cameras outside the spa showed Karen standing across the street that morning, watching the entrance for nearly 10 minutes. She hadn't entered the spa at all. Instead, she'd paced, checked her phone, and then left only to return hours later with her fabricated story. Elise sat back in her chair, stunned. Why would someone go to such lengths? Was it pride? Desperation? A need to feel powerful? She'd never know. But as she shared the footage with Mia and the rest of the staff, they couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness. Karen's outburst hadn't just cost her access to the spa. It had exposed a deeper wound, one that no massage or facial could heal. For the staff at Serenity Spa_buyersguide.com spa, life went on. They continued to provide solace to their clients, their reputation untarnished. But for Karen Mitchell, that day became a bitter memory, a reminder that her pride had cost her more than a refund it had cost her dignity. And somewhere, in the quiet of her own heart, she knew it. ND.